Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Tony Nix Morning Show. I'm Tony T. On our show today, we'll have picks for you from the NBA as well as college hoops, NHL. And at the end of the show, we'll get you some parlays and also maybe some team or player props. We leave it up to the cappers there at the end of the show. But here on the Tony Nix Morning Show, we don't really waste any time. We get right to the picks. But first, we're going to meet the cappers. And let's say hello to Rod. Rod, what's going on?
Not too much, Tony. One of those days, the Canucks cost me a winning day. We were that close for a winning day, but hey, they got beat by Buffalo. I don't know, this Canucks team so up and down like one of these. But college hoops was good. Winning day on the college hoops side of things, but the hockey let me down. A couple losses there. What happened? On to a new day. Some few games on the ice, only 4, but nice college slate again. I'm looking at the good 5-6 plays I absolutely love on the board, so probably could go a little more, but I'm stick with the 5 or 6 that I absolutely love there that I think are nice money makers. Nice Wednesday here. Can't complain. Let's get to it.
Let's get to it. I just want to make note for those of you accessing our premium plays. We're having our blog is down, but you can always access Tony'sPicks.com by typing members.Tony'sPicks.com. And I'll let you know what it looks like. It looks like this. So if you just type in members.Tony'sPicks.com, you'll be able to access the site. So I just want to let you guys know that as our guys waking up so they can get this get the blog back up. All right, let's get under. Say hello to Chris. Chris, what's going on?
Oh, not much. Coming off a really good day when I went 3-0. Had both my college plays hit, my NBA hit. Doing pretty good in the NBA, 21-7 for the year. So we're looking to keep that going. Huge slate of games today. Super excited about the NBA.
Yeah, look at a good NBA card here, this 9-game card. Let's go to Sean. Sean, what's happening?
Not much. Put a rare rice game. I say lost. I had Dallas there. I figured, you know what, we'll fade the guys coming out of OT. Not meant to be. What am I gonna do? 4-1 college hoops, so that's been my bread and butter, basically, with NBA and NHL in full swing. Basically, and college hoops pretty good, but we'll see. You never know. Looking at the card today, maybe we'll find something to toss out here for the premium members. We'll see. And I did go. I dropped the 3-pack the other day. Loser. So I come in. I say, I know it's at the end of the show, but I have to address it early. Win or lose, you got to say bad one. I got to come suck it up after a bad 3-pack here.
All right, Rod, Sean's been great with the 3-pack. Had a bad one there. Let's say hello to Solo. Solo, what's going on?
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Good to be back. Happy Wednesday, hump day. Let's get to the bank. Been kind of taking it low, kind of light the last couple of days. But we've actually went plus money 9 out of 10 days in NBA, but just barely scraping a unit here, unit and a half there. We're going to stack them up brick by brick. Let's get to the bank.
Let's get to the bank. Yeah, I had my best bet hit, but nothing else. So I had one of those days in college hoops that said some of my home dogs didn't bark. They were missing their teeth. So we'll see if we get back on track here today. All right, let's get underway, guys. We'll start here with the NBA. On this 9-game card, we'll start here with the 3 on the first block. Suns and Nets here. We got the Suns now 11.5, total 218.5. Pistons and Hawks. The Hawks 2.5, total 234.5. T-Wolves and Mavericks. T-Wolves on the road 2.5 and 3, total 217. Let's keep an eye on these injuries here in this block. Detroit game, we know Ivy's out for a few weeks here with that broken leg. We've got Nance, Versace, and Zeller out. Jalen Johnson questionable. Trae Young probable there for Atlanta. On the Minnesota side, DiVincenzo and Shannon out. Dallas, no Luka, no Exum, no Hardy, no Powell. We got Clay, we got Marshall, Lively, and Grimes questionable there. And in the Suns and Nets game, no Nurkic, Beal is questionable. And of course, with the Nets, it's always this game here. We got Bogdanovich, Lewis, Cam Thomas out. Zaire Williams, Ben Simmons, Cameron Johnson questionable. Watford probable. There you go with your injuries. We start with Rod.
Yeah, looking at the Suns heading into Brooklyn there in that matchup. And you look Brooklyn, hey, they start off slow, but as the game progresses, they cover the 11.5 versus the Knicks. In that one, you give it 11.5 again. I'll take the 11.5 again with the Brooklyn Nets, who've been hooping, playing some pretty good ball and get some covers over their last few matchups. Not been getting wins, but two of the last 3 they've been covering. Did get whooped by OKC, but hey, a lot of teams have been getting whooped by OKC this year. So I'll take the Nets in that matchup. And then give me Minnesota. I'll lay the 2.5 there with the Timberwolves on the road versus a Dallas team that, man, until they get healthy and get right, we see a few games where they start balling and hooping again. I just got to stay off of the Dallas Mavericks until I see them actually play a solid basketball game from opening tip right to the last second there. So give me Minnesota heading into Dallas on that one.
Yeah, from Rod on over to Chris.
Yeah, I'm going to look at the Detroit-Atlanta game. I did a video on this on YouTube, but I'm going to take Detroit with the points there and take the over. We just know what Atlanta does at home. And Phoenix, Brooklyn, take Brooklyn. They played the Knicks pretty tough last night. I think they can play the Suns team pretty tough too, so take the points with Brooklyn. And Minnesota, Dallas, that total sitting at 217. I think we can get over it, so I'm going to take the over there.
And there from Chris on over to Sean.
Alrighty. Nets back-to-back spot there. With the I'm looking. Give me the Suns team total over 115.5. Again, the Nets good ATS wise 23-20. I just feel like it's a bad spot. They gave it their all. Maybe it's not good here defensively. They fall apart. Give me the Suns here to pull away and get over this 115.5. Next up here, Detroit and the Hawks. That's just a pass. I mean, I want to take Detroit, but they're in a back-to-back spot. Houston's back after a roadie. Roads pass for me. Minnesota, Dallas. I lean to the over here, 216.5. Both teams have lost like 3 or 4 for Minnesota, 4 or 5 for Dallas. So you think you get a little better offensively to win. You got to score. So 216 does look low. Most times I'd probably force the under there, but that's that for that one. All right, just the 3?
That's the 3. There, 740s, the 3s. On over to Solo.
Yeah, Phoenix and Brooklyn. This is a nasty game. Normally, I would actually lay it with Phoenix, but they just haven't played good ball of late. And then with Brooklyn covering the last couple games, they could scrap in this one. I'd probably take this total over 219. I'm sorry, under 219. Detroit and Atlanta. Atlanta, man, I just tend to always take the over, and it's been cashing. We're just going to take over 235 with the Hawks. Here's the interesting game, guys. The Minnesota-Dallas game. I actually don't have the notes in front of me, but Minnesota seemed like they've been on the road for like a whole month. I can't remember the last time they played back-to-back home games. They get into that part of the schedule where it's time for them to get home. I think Dallas is live in this one. I'm going to take the Mavericks on the money line.
There from Solo. All right, I tell you what I think about these games here. In Pistons, Hawks. I'm going to look here at the Hawks in this one. Hawks have covered 3 or 4. They really shot well over their past 2 games here in a spot. Here, Detroit on the road has not defended well. I mean, 47% shooting. Look at the Hawks in this spot. Suns and Nets here. The Beal issue there. Nurkic is a rim protector who's out. I don't think MSG is that long of a road trip. I mean, it's pretty much they're staying home. Brooklyn is kind of one of those situations where they stay home playing in Brooklyn. I'll look at the points here. No travel here for them. Phoenix, again, I just have a hard time with Phoenix on the road because their defensive numbers are just so bad. They're 28th in road defensive efficiency, give up 119 points per 100 possessions. They failed to cover 14 of 17 against the East. And, you got Phoenix team on the road giving up 48% shooting, 37% from 3. I'll look at the Brooklyn Nets in this spot. Timberwolves and Dallas here. This Dallas team has been one of those up and down teams. I think this is an up spot for them. We've had really 2 good defensive performances in a row by the Dallas Mavericks. I'll take them here at this plus 2.5. Minnesota has struggled producing points on the road, average just 109 points per 100 possessions. I think we've seen Dallas getting a little better defense here in the last 2 games. I'll look at the Mavs in this spot. All right, let's continue here on the Tony.
Real quick, Tony. The Timberwolves have played 18 out of 19 games in different stadiums.
Wow.
I was looking that up. They haven't been home for 2 in a row since December 19th and 21st. They're home for a day and go on the road for 2 or 3. What kind of schedule is that? That is horrendous.
Yeah, those 1-game homestands, those are like road games because you come home, unpack, then pack up and leave again.
Oh my goodness. Well, they got to have a block coming up where they're going to be home for like a week at least.
Maybe so.
Yep. That may be the case. All right, let's continue here on the Tony Tomorrow Show. Just want to remind you guys, we're giving out free picks, but if you want our best plays, go to Tony'sPicks.com right now or you get our best bets and premium plays over on our site with leaderboards showing all our cappers performances, a top performer, unit performer for the year here. Guys like Sean, all the guys you're seeing here up on the leaderboards. So go ahead and get signed up. All right, let's continue here on the 26 Morning Show as we get ready for the next block of games. And we've got here Cavaliers and Rockets, probably the game of the night here. Definitely the game of the night here. Cavs on the road, 3, total 231. Bucks at Pelicans. Bucks slipping down from an opener of 6.5 down to 5.5, total 235.5. Hornets and Grizzlies. The Grizzlies now up to 12, total 241. I'll keep an eye on these injuries here, see what we got rolling on here in this Bucks game. We got Green out, but Milton, Beauchamp, and Giannis probable. For New Orleans, no Ingram, no Jones, Zion, and Missy, the center here, questionable. Murray is probable. In the Cleveland-Houston game, no Mobley, no Okoro, no Travers. LeVert is questionable, the guy off the bench. Smith, just the only one out now for Houston. So let's get started with Rod.
Yeah, so for me in that Houston game, the problem for me, Houston defensively hasn't looked good over their last 5. Not like what they have been at home. Normally, they're what we've seen at home from them, 44.7% field goal percentage defensively. And over the last 5, they've struggled on the defensive end of the floor, almost giving up 50%. And we know this Cleveland Cavs team versus the Western Conference, they are hitting 50% of their field goals, and that's equating to 127 points. So even without Mobley, I'm going to lay it with the Cavs there in that one. It's up to like 3 in places. I still think they can get the win and cover there in that one. What's going to be a great game, but I just don't trust Houston and the way they've been playing defensive ball. Maybe they'll pick up back here at home. But I got to go with Cleveland here in this matchup. And then looking at the Memphis Grizzlies, just got to keep riding Memphis there. Trust Charlotte offensively to be able to keep up. We know the Memphis hustle. They can hustle and definitely score some points in that one. You look, they're also 10-0 ATS versus the Eastern Conference. Give me Memphis late at 12 there in that one.
There from Rod on over to Chris.
Yeah, the Cleveland-Houston, I'm gonna take over, even if Cleveland has to do the heavy lifting there. I mean, they're averaging 127 against Western Conference, and we know Houston can score a little bit. So take the over there, Cleveland-Houston, Milwaukee, New Orleans. Forced to bet it. I might, I might take the points with the Pels, but I'm gonna stay away from that game. I don't like it at all. And then of course, my Grizzlies, Memphis were doing it, laying a big number. I think they're expecting with that number the Ja will play, and I think we roll right over the Hornets, no problem.
And there from Chris on over to Sean.
Yeah, Cleveland and Houston, 2 good teams here. Houston, who saw these guys coming? That'd be a pass for me there. I'd like to see Houston win, but Cleveland's been great. Pass. Pelicans, I'm going to look at a little Pelly home dog here. I mean, they're playing well. I know Milwaukee's 7 of 8, 4-0. Both teams 4-0. You're going to give me 5 with the Pelicans. I'm gonna take the dog there. I'll be a little wacky and go New Orleans. Final game: Charlotte and Memphis. I'm gonna get 12 with Charlotte. These guys, they got 11 wins. But they've won 4 or 5 and 3 in a row. So obviously they're playing a little better. That's a chunk. That's a decent sized number in basketball. When you're playing good, we've seen these teams kind of one off and come in and beat better teams. Right? It happens sometimes. I'm getting 12. Charlotte may very well be a premium play for me today.
Well, Miles Bridges has really earned a spot now in the rotation with we're seeing some scoring from. Well, he's had to because there's been a lot of injuries in that Charlotte team. So that's what's happening there. On over to Solo.
Cleveland and Houston. This, like Tony said, this is probably the game of the night. I think these teams go back and forth. I think the total probably goes over 231.5. Charlotte and Memphis, Ja's a little banged up. I think he does play, but Charlotte is really playing good ball lately. I'm going to take the points. I want to say they've covered 4 out of 5. And the same could be said with the Pelicans. I want to say they've covered 6 out of 7 games. This New Orleans team is picking up. They're heading in the right direction. They're getting healthy. I'm going to take the Pelicans plus 5.5.
And there from Solo, I'll tell you what I think here about these games here. We're looking at this Cleveland and Houston game. I'm going to look here at this Rockets home court. I like this Rockets home court. I'm going to take them in this spot here. The Cavs defense has been slipping over their past 5 games, getting 48% shooting, 37% from 3. They're a bit banged up coming into this one. Mobley's one of their guys there, and LeVert's also a scorer off the bench. He's questionable. Houston's got a little bit more healthier. I know Smith has been out, but we usually have a couple more guys on the list. But it looks like they're healthy. Him and Thompson back in the lineup here for Houston. I'll look at the Rockets in this spot. I'm going to go under here with Charlotte and Memphis. Memphis does play some pretty good defense at home, allowing 43% shooting, 32% from 3. The Hornets 6-2 the under against the West. Charlotte 26 in offensive efficiency away from home. I'm going to lean on this Memphis defense. No one really talks about it, but you look at their defensive numbers, they've been pretty good this year at home defending. So I'll look at them in this spot. Yeah, I'm going to look here at the Pelicans. How Pelicans have gotten healthier. They've covered 5 of 6, and they've won and covered 5 of 6. I know the Bucks' form has been really improved of late, but I think I agree with the line move in this game from the 6.5 to 5.5. But I'll look at the Pels in this spot. All right, let's continue here on the Tony's Picks a morning show here with your everyday. Was it?
Is that really 240 in
Yeah,
Charlotte Hornets game?
241. Yeah, 241 now. It's jump. That's been a big jump. Yeah,
they're not playing the Bulls. It's the only game that even look at their last 10 that even got a snip over 240 was with the Bulls. Wow.
Yep, I see a 241.
It's gonna be frantic, brother.
Yeah, look at the frantic pace.
Oh,
the thing is, can Charlotte shoot well enough to get?
Can Charlotte keep up in the shooting department? We've seen them fall off in the shooting department plenty of times this year. Maybe not now, but
and despite this fast pace, we know that Memphis has defended pretty well at home. So that's the thing.
Even head to head, I haven't even seen any 240s. I'm looking between these two. It's like what the? As soon as you mention the total, I'm not a total guy, right? I'm not that's my last resort is looking at totals. I kind of stay away from those. But you mentioned 240 and it kind of like 240 in the Charlotte game. What? So then I was looking and I'm like, wow, that's just I don't know. If they score 250 in a Charlotte Hornets game, I'll be shocked.
Yeah, exactly. The thing is that what's missing there is the fact that Memphis defends, Charlotte struggles shooting. So we'll see how that rolls here. And they're out Trey Mann, no Trey Mann and Miller. So those are two scores for Charlotte.
And it went up. It went up to 241.
Yeah. I will say that for the most part, Charlotte's healthy. I mean, you got Morant, Bain, Wells, Jackson. They pretty much have their starting 5 healthy for this game. LaRavia is a 3-point guy off the bench who's questionable. Marcus Smart, I guess, maybe I think he's more of a bench guy. Now, he's been out a long time there. It's maybe they're looking at the health factor with Memphis. Where pretty much their starting guys healthy at this one. But
we know Memphis can drop $150 if they want to. They can hustle. They can definitely hustle.
Yeah.
If they want to go, they'll go. But
will it be bench guys in the fourth quarter? I think Memphis could be up big in this one, and we could just do like a garbage time at the end of the game. There. All right, let's continue here on the Tony Tomorrow Show as we're looking to close out the NBA here with the Jazz and Thunder. Right now, we see the Thunder 17.5 and 17 in spots. Yeah, the sharp books have 17.5. They sure do. Total sits here at 227.5. Warriors at Kings. Kings at home 7 and 7.5. Total 229. Celtics and Clippers. The Celtics 10 and 9.5. Total 217. Let's take a look at the injuries here on this block of games here. We'll start with Utah OKC. It's Clarkson, Jazang, Potter, and Williams out. Sensabaugh, who's been scoring points from the bench for this team, and Markin and Collins are all questionable. On the Thunder side, no Hartenstein, no Holmgren, no Mitchell. The good Jalen Williams is questionable there. The forward here for I shouldn't say the good center is okay, but this is the star here, Jalen Williams here for OKC. He is questionable there in this one. Warriors and Kings, no Green, no Kuminga, no Pazeski, no Anderson for the Warriors. Sacramento coming in here with a clean injury report. Boston and the Clippers, no Peterson, doubtful. Horford, Holiday are questionable. On the Clippers side, Leonard again out. No Tucker, no Zubac, the rebounder out. Powell, Harden, Dunn, and Batum are questionable. So there you go here with the injuries. Let's get started with Rob.
I was leaning the Clippers, but with those questionables in, it's kind of like, I don't know if I want to look at the Clippers. I'll have to wait a little bit on that one, but I definitely lean into the Clippers because we know what Boston does following a win. Following a win as a favorite, 1-14 ATS this season are these Boston Celtics. So they get a win and they just don't follow it up with another ATS win cover. Back-to-back smashes is a rare occurrence for Boston. So leaning to the Clippers in that one. You know what? Give me Golden State plus the 7.5 there and that one. I just don't trust the Kings to be laying 7.5 there against anybody at home. Can't do it. Give me the Warriors plus the 7.5 there and that one. Kings love to win games by 1-2 points. So give me the Warriors plus the points in that one.
There from Rod on over to Chris.
Utah and OKC. I'm gonna lay a big number with OKC. I mean, I'm gonna do it. I'm not betting it, but I mean, if I had to lean, I would lean OKC. I like them better than I do Utah. And the Kings and Golden State. We just saw this game back in Golden State. The Kings blew them out 129-99. With everybody, I did a video on it on YouTube. I just worry about everybody that's injured for Golden State, so I would lean the Kings there, just on that. Just because you're missing a lot of people for Steph and everybody around him, Kuminga, Draymond, all those guys. And then we know what Boston does after a win, so I'd lean Clippers, but I'd watch that more closely probably towards the happy hour. We may have some information on that, but I'd lean Clippers right now.
There from Chris on over to Sean.
All right. This is a rarity. I come in here and say lay it to a 17-point favorite to OKC, but you know what? They covered the big number versus the Nets. They covered 15.5 in back-to-back roadies, the Philly and Washington. Why can't they do it here versus Utah, who, all right, they had a win or two, but let's be honest, they're in rebuild mode, tank mode, whatever. So I'd say to lay that there. Give me the Kings, 9-10 for them, playing well. Golden State, not looking good. That absolutely. When you get your face smashed like that, you figure you're going to bounce back. I don't think they're a bounce back team. Give me the Kings here. I'll lay it with Kings. And Boston and Clippers, give me the under, 217.5. Both these guys are under teams. I'll go under the 217.5 here.
There from Sean on over to Solo.
Jazz and OKC. OKC has definitely been, one of the better teams, and they're definitely capable of covering this number. I like the way the Jazz have played of late. I'm going to take this total over 226. Golden State and Sacramento, I really just don't trust Sacramento with that many points. Golden State looks like they got a lot of guys out. I think points would be premium. I'm going to take this total under 229. Boston and the Clippers, you already know I hate the Celtics. We fade them every chance we get. I'm on the Clippers money line, but I suggest you guys take the points.
There you go from Solo. I'll tell you what think about these games here in this slot. OKC and Utah, just going to hold my nose and get some clothespins to help me out and take Utah plus the points. They are 14-9. The spread is a road dog. The injury to Jalen Williams, a questionable mark, kind of scares me off the OKC side. I said the good Jalen Williams there that's banged up here. A little banged up here. Hartenstein as well. So I'll take
I think he's going to play, Tony, because ain't that his brother? I think that's the brother matchup. Don't his brother play for the Jazz? I'm pretty sure he plays today.
All right, we'll see. We'll see how he rolls here. Yep, we'll see. We'll see if he goes today. But we could be playing through something. We never know, right? So I'll look at the points there. If I'm going to get laid that points, I want a full squad out there. I really do. Warriors and Kings in this spot, and the Green injury, the rim protector, that gets me nervous here. I'll take Sacramento in this spot. Also, they're lacking depth. No Kuminga, no Podziemski. There's a lot of good vibe with this Kings team right now, and they're really playing hard for the new coach. We talked about this over ends. They came out that he's got their back. You look at the Kings shooting form, pretty good. Look at the Warriors against the division. 0-7 to the spread against the division, shooting just over 42%. My goodness, the Pacific Division has just been pounding the Warriors this year. The Kings have covered 9 of 10. I got to look at Sacktown here. Boston Celtics. I leaned under. My first inclination was under. Then I saw the number. Then I saw the injury to Zubac, which is their rim protector. Let me tell you, Zubac, man, this dude works his ass off. If you ever watch him play, his guy's all over the boards, and he's out of there. I think it's going to open things up for Boston. I think I think this one goes over 217 only because the rim protector's out there, and also the Harden-Powell issue there. Those are shooters that are questionable there. At this time, I would like the over in Boston and LA because I don't think Boston's getting a whole lot of resistance because the good defenders are injured for the Clippers. And the guy Zubac is the guy that really, really cleans up that mess down there. Lakers, man, why did you trade him, Magic? Why did you trade this guy? Oh my goodness, there. All right, let's continue here on the Tony Speaks Morning Show. We got you through the NBA. We're going to now turn our attention to college basketball. Just want to give you a reminder, guys, we're giving you our free picks here on the show. We also have a show coming up at 5 Eastern time. Reading the tea leaves here with the injuries, but we'll have a little more clearer vision 5 p.m. Eastern time with the Happy Hour show hosted by Rod and Company. So tune in there. And also a reminder, guys, we're giving you our free picks, but our best bets are always at Tony'sPicks.com. Click the link in the description, get on over there, look at our guys on the leaderboards here doing great work. Now, we give special notice to Sean for the year. Chris coming off a big day yesterday. Rod's been on the leaderboard as well. Go ahead and get signed up over at Tony'sPicks.com. The link in the description. All right, let's continue on. Let's move over to college ball today. We've got conferences in action, as we usually do. We'll do it in 2 blocks, so we have enough games at night so we can break it down here. We've got the games. Well, in this block, we'll do the games starting at 6 p.m. Eastern time all the way to the game starting at 5 Eastern time. There's no 5:30 today. So the game starting at 6 Eastern to the game starting at 8 Eastern. We'll start with Rod.
All right, so I'm going to go backwards. Give me 1, 8. Whoop. So many games on the slate today. First one I'm looking at here is I'm wearing this hat for a good reason. Give me Clemson over Syracuse. I just don't trust Syracuse on the road. I know it's a big number for Clemson, but Clemson at home, they can definitely ball, play some solid defense, score plenty enough to outscore Syracuse in that matchup. I'll lay the 14.5 there in that one. And then another one I'm looking at here in this time spot. I like the over between Kansas and TCU. I know you look at Kansas on the road. They've 7-0 to the under on the road this season has been Kansas, but at 235 where that number is, I think that's just too low. We've seen Kansas plenty of times score well in the 80s and 90s on the road in a couple of games this season. They do that here. TCU can score plenty enough to get us up and over the total. Give me the over Kansas and TCU there. Another one, I like Indiana and Northwestern. I think that turns into a track meet at 141. That's too low. You look at that at Northwestern versus teams that outscore their opponents by 4+ or more. They're 14-1 to the over is Northwestern. So give me the over 141 in that matchup. And then another one I'm looking at, I like Lafayette here heading into Loyola, Maryland. You look at Loyola there. Lafayette, they're battle tested, been in lots of games that come right down to the wire, and I think there's one that they win it outright. Give me Lafayette as a road dog on the money line to outright Loyola MD in that one. And then give me another over here. You look at Purdue Fort Wayne and Oakland track meet there in that one. Purdue Fort Wayne doesn't play a whole lot of defense. They love to chuck the 3, and they can definitely score some points. And a 143, it's a little bit light in that one. Give me the over there. And then it's really all the ones I'm you know what, I'm leaning to Utah. I don't know if Houston's covering a 19.5 point spread there at home to kick off the day at 4 in the afternoon. Kind of leaning to the Utah plus the 19.5 in that one. I think it's one of the backdoor covers. Utah gets some crazy, one kid comes driving in and makes that layup just to make it a 17-point win for Houston in that one. Lean to Utah.
There from Rod. Next up, we move on over to Chris.
Yeah, the only one I've got in this one, 7:00 game, Florida, South Carolina. I'm looking at Florida here. I know it's a big number. I think it's at 10 right now, 11, I guess 10.5, 11, depending on where we shop. I'm still going to live with Florida. They just do better than with the conference. They're averaging 82 points in conference. You look at South Carolina, they're averaging about 61. They're giving up 50% free throws or 50% field goal percentage. They're 2-3 against the conference. Florida's just better against the conference, better on the road. So just lay the points there with Florida.
There from Chris on over to Sean.
Holy cow, what a gaggle of games here. We'll start early. I could agree with Chris here. You want to take a bunch of Rod had the Utah with the big dog. You want to jump in because it's the early game, them. I get it. Furman, 1 year in Furman. Well, laying a 7 here. Okay. Don't hate that one. I'm looking at Madison. Like, it's down to 4.5. I got a question mark next to it. Thought about it. I'm not sure if I'm going to use it. Indiana now is up to 6.5. I have to think at this point because it opened at 5, so it's moving on its way up. Maybe a little Hoosier action for me here today. And IU stinky, IU Indiana, Purdue, whatever they're called against Green Bay. This total's come down from 146 to 143. I want to go over this. I mean, they're going to score 70 in this. I'm at 140. I can't get anything extra. I kind of like the over. I got 3 question marks next to that game. So there's that one. And let's go to a little added board action here just for poops and giggles. How about a little Upstate and High Point under? Yeah, we'll go under. I see some 168, 1.5 now. So we'll go under. If you can find a 162, great. There you go. Little added extra there from the added board.
There from Sean on over to Solo.
Yeah, you excuse me. Yeah, Utah and Houston. I took this game yesterday. I got it at 17. It looked like it's moved up to 19 and a half. I'd probably stay away, with the late movement. Kansas and TCU, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. We going under. Xavier and St. John's. I think Xavier's live in this one. I'm gonna take the money line. You guys take the points. One more, and I like George Washington to get it on the money line over UMass.
There from Solo. I'll tell you what I think here about this time slot. Xavier St. John's. I'm going to go under the total here. Musketeers 7-1 the under away from home. But, man, St. John's shooting again in conference, man. It's just brutal. And they're getting it done. Although they are tops in defensive efficiency in the conference. They force turnovers. They defend the threes well. But, man, 11th in offensive efficiency. 23% from three, 47% around the basket, 68% the line. Musketeers have been defending well. So is the Johnnies over the past 5. I'll take the under in that one. Kansas and TCU. I said I'll agree with the person in the chat there that said TCU. I'll take TCU plus the points. They have won. The Horned Frogs have won 9 of 10 on their home court, and they defend very well at home. Looking at Kansas in the Big 12, what's happened? They're not shooting the threes this year, just 29% in conference. That is. That's why I pretty much look now as conference shooting, 9th in effective field goal shooting in the conference. So I'll look at TCU in that spot. And we are looking. I'm going to look here at give me Colorado State at home against Boise. Recent form here, looking at this Boise State team, their defense, man, over their past 5 games, giving up 48% shooting, 42% from 3. The Broncos have failed to cover 7 of 10 away from home. I'll look at the Rams here in this spot. The Rams are tops in effective field goal shooting in the Mountain West, 45% from 3, 61% inside, 84% the line, and their second effective field goal defense in the conference. Give me Colorado State here in this spot. Probably pick them to +1. Do your line shopping to get the best number. All right, I think we got you through. Yep, that was that. Yep, next one I got is 9 Eastern. Okay, let's continue here on the Tony This Morning Show. Second block in college hoops will be from 9 p.m. Eastern time all the way to the nightcap tonight. Way out west here, Miami, Florida, and Stanford, 11 p.m. Eastern. So 9 Eastern to 11 Eastern. And we start with Rod.
Yeah, and you look at that Miami, the Hurricanes a long way from home there. They're missing out on the snow action in Miami and being at Stanford. So, well, I think Stanford rolls them in that one. I haven't seen a whole lot of life out of the Hurricanes this season. So, tough travel spot there. Give me Stanford in that matchup. Another one I'm looking at here, you know what? I think Nebraska at home, you look what they've done at home. They've been a solid team at home, but land 6 now, just too many. I'll take USC plus the 6 in what should be a pretty good basketball game in Nebraska. They do play their best hoops at home, so they're in for a treat there. Kind of lead to an over at 145.5. Should be a track meet type game there as well. Another one I'm looking at here in this spot is I like Ole Miss versus Texas A&M. It's a 3. I think their defense comes up and slows up Texas A&M in that matchup. Ole Miss gets the cover and win at home in that one. Really not my favorite time slot in the late night window tonight, but a couple there for you.
Couple there from Rod on over to Chris.
Yeah, a couple in this one from the SEC. Yeah, we got Texas A&M and Ole Miss. I'm going to take under. I mean, you look at what Ole Miss is doing against conference. I mean, they're holding teams to 38% field goal percentage, and then Texas A&M plays pretty good defense against conference as well. So we'll take the under in that game. And then Georgia, Arkansas. I'm going to lay the points with Georgia there. They just do better against conference, where Arkansas is 0-5 against the conference. So I would take the 2.5, 3, depending on what we're getting with Georgia.
1.
Yeah. So move now.
Yes. Pick them. See, yeah,
Let's pick them in some spots.
Yeah.
I still take Georgia.
Georgia there. From Chris on over to Sean.
Yeah, I'm going to go against Chris. I'm going to take a little Arkansas here at home here, and I know they've lost 5 in a row, but you're home. You lost to good teams here. You lose to Tennessee, Mississippi, Florida, LSU, Mizzou. Not bad losses here. I'll take them at home here. What was the other one? A&M and Ole Miss. I'll go. Oh wait, it's up to 3 now. This Ole Miss. Yeah.
Yep.
You know what? You're gonna give me 3 in a close game. I'm gonna take 3. If it was still at that 1.5 area, I probably would have leaned Ole Miss. I'll take the 3. Close game there. And I'm with you on the boy. I was gonna say I was with you there on the. You like Boise, right? But that's the 8:00 game. But
You can give it. You can give it out.
Is that I just assumed there was like in the 9:00 window here. But yeah, I like Boise. Give me a little Boise with you here, there, Tom.
There from Sean on over to Solo.
Yeah, Texas A&M and Ole Miss. I agree with Chris. I think these teams buckle down in the second half. I'm gonna take this total under. I'm kind of outside with the dogs today, guys. I'm on Nevada on the money line. You guys can take the points versus Utah State. I don't really like what I saw from Utah State last week. I think Nevada comes to play. I think Offer have them ready to play. We're on Nevada plus the points. Again, I'm on the money line. You take the points. Last one here. Where's the game at? I'm sorry. Where's it? Florida State and Cal. I'm on Florida State -2.
There from Solo. I'll tell you what I think about the late night slate tonight here. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and look at in this one. I'll go ahead and lay it with Ole Miss. Rebels have covered all 5 conference games away from home. The Aggies they shoot just 39%, and Ole Miss has been a really good shooting team at home and defending. I'll look at them in that spot. I'm going to go under Georgia and Arkansas. Georgia, these are 2 bad offensive teams. Georgia 14th in offensive efficiency in the SEC. Arkansas 16th and last in effective field goal shooting in the SEC. Arkansas 5-0 the under in the SEC, shooting just 38%, but they do defend well. That's all they do. So I'll look at the under in that spot. USC and Nebraska there. I'm with Rod taking +6 there. Hey, this is a USC team that went on the road here, right? They beat Illinois. They did lose to Indiana too as well, but they did beat Illinois there on the road here. Yeah, I mean, that's got my
you beat my Illinois team, and I'll remember it.
I won't forget that one.
I won't forget that one. Definitely won't forget that one. When you beat Illinois, I remember.
But both teams in poor defensive form, but USC is the better shooting team, so I'll give them the check mark there. USC plus the points. Nevada and Utah State, I'll take the points there. I'm with Nevada plus the 6. Nevada can defend well in the conference right now, strong on the glass as well. Utah State does 7th in defensive efficiency in the Mountain West. They don't rebound well, and they struggle defending the threes. And this is a Utah State just makes 63% of their free throws here in the conference. And Nevada does defend well away from home, so I'll take it Nevada here at plus the points. All right, let's continue here on the 26 Morning Show. We got you through the college basketball. It's time for hockey, but first, let's see what Solo has for sale over at Tony'sPicks.com. All right, Solo, what you got going on over at the site as we head into this action-packed Wednesday card?
You know, we've been taking it kind of low, kind of light this week. I think we got 4 total plays. We got a 3-pack, and I got a best bet in the NBA. I'll probably say I might add one more play to get to 5 total plays. That'll probably be in college basketball. But sign up with me short-term, long-term. Pay me one of the good cappers that you see on the panel or on the site. Everybody getting to the bank right now. You know, let's take over in 2025, baby. Let's get to it.
That's right, guys. Got to board with Solo over at Tony'sPicks.com. Click the link in the description and click the All Cappers tab. Click Solo's tab. You get to right to Solo's handicapper page and go ahead and get signed up to his long-term passes. All his picks right there at Tony'sPicks.com. Click the link in the description and you'll get right over to this page right here, Tony'sPicks.com, and go ahead and get signed up with Solo for his one-day passes or long-term passes. Remember, the one-day passes are profit guaranteed. They must turn a profit or the amount you purchase is correct. Your account for site credits, that is profit guarantee. All right, Solo, it's always great having you show. Continue the great work, and we'll catch up with you later.
Appreciate it, Tony. I'll see y'all later on the happy hour. Good luck,
Sounds
Chad.
good. Good luck today, Solo.
Good luck, Solo. Solo here on Tony's Picks Morning Show. All right, let's continue here on the show as we get on to the hockey card for tonight. Short card, if I remember correctly. We have 4 games. We'll knock them off all on this block. We got Bruins and Devils here. We've got the Devils 208, total 5.5. Blue Jackets and Maple Leafs 225, total 6. Jets and Avalanche, Avs $1.24, total 5.5. Panthers and LA Kings. Can these LA Kings get together here? Kings $1.11, total 5.5. We start with Rod.
Yeah, look at these the small slate of games, little 4 slate card. You covered them all, right, Tony?
We'll cover them all. Yeah, on the 5. Yeah, we'll cover them all.
Perfect. I'm looking at Columbus and Toronto. First one there. That total at 6 should be a lot higher than that. You look at these 2 teams head to head, and they love to score some goals. The first meeting of the season was 8 goals. It was a 6-2 win for Columbus. So Toronto will definitely be looking for a little bit of revenge in that one. The previous meeting, 6-5. The previous meeting before that, 6-5. 3 of the last 4 we've seen 8 8 goals, 11 goals, 11 goals. These two teams love to light the lamp and play a whole lot of any defense in that one. So I like the over Columbus and Toronto. And, you look at this Boston team. Should New Jersey really be laying -2? No thanks. You're getting too much value there. I got to take a shot here with the Boston Bruins in that matchup over the Devils. Devils definitely not playing the greatest hockey right now over this stretch. So I got to take a shot here with Boston, who has picked up their play, scoring some goals. Give me the Bruins there in that matchup. And then I like the you look at this Colorado Winnipeg. I like the under 5.5 there in that matchup. The last 2 games we've seen 1-0, 3-0, low scoring ones. It always feels like a playoff game. Those two teams don't like each other. Give me the under Winnipeg, Colorado, with a lean to Colorado to get the revenge. Winnipeg got the win last game, and they seem to go back and forth. This is the 3rd meeting or 4th meeting this season. Winnipeg's got 3rd and 4th meeting this season. Winnipeg's won 2, Colorado's won 1. So lean to Colorado to even it up in the series.
There we go. Now on to Sean.
All right, Boston, and they've won 3 of 4. I'm trying to figure out this line here. How's New Jersey laying 210? Are you kidding with this line? Lost 4 in a row, 5 of 6, 8 of 10, and they're $2 faves here. Did you just do a puck line or a regular? I want to take the Bruins. Are they begging me to take the Bruins here? What am I missing, fellas? Let's make it a conversation. What is this line, Ron? You're the hockey guy. What is it?
Right. What is that line? I look at it and go total disrespecting the Bruins here at this price.
Right.
I get it. Devils at home, but I don't want to lay that price with the Devils.
They've lost 8 of 10, New Jersey.
Yeah.
They lost 4 in a row, 5, 6, 8 of 10. They're not even playing good.
No.
The other team's actually won a few in a row.
Yeah.
All right. Too good to be true. It usually is. That's why
it usually is, right? I know. That's why it's like it's the lead to Boston, but I'm definitely.
Any goalie with it? Goalie Swayman versus Markstrom.
And Swayman hasn't been great. He got paid a big contract price this season to start at the start of the year. He was a holdout kind of. He was like, "Oh, is he going to play? Is he not going to play?" But he held out, got himself a big payday, and he has been human ever since. Yeah. He's missed his buddy Almond. When those two as a duo be good, but Swayman hasn't been.
That one to me just probably just a regulation on New Jersey there. Bring that price down for you. You had the over. I'm with you on the over in that Toronto Columbus game as well. I'm opposite of there on it. That Winnipeg though, I sort of like the over after some low scoring games. I think, but I understand what you're saying. It's like playoff intensity teams. I get it. And Florida and the Kings, give me the under 5.5 here. I mean, the last 8 games for LA, they scored more than 2 goals twice, 3 in one and 5 in the other. So, they're not going to do much here. So under 5.5.
There from Sean. All right, we got you through the hockey card here for tonight. Now it's time for our parlay segment where we give out a parlay or could give out player team props or a game in the future. It's up to the cappers in this segment. We start with Rod.
For me, we're going to go with let's go with a little 2-teamer here on the ice. I am going to take Boston. I know that the price looks a little bit funny, and I'm going to try to get it. So give me Boston on the money line in that one, and then give me the over in Columbus and Toronto. I think you maybe even look at an extended over, take the over 7.5, get a little bit bigger plus price. I think we easily get to 8 goals in that one. Take Boston on the money line and the extended over on Columbus if your book offers you that on the 7.5. I think we easily cruise to 8 goals plus. In that one, little 2-teamer on the ice for you.
There from Rod on over to Chris.
Yeah, I'll give you a 3-team dog in the NBA. We take Detroit, Brooklyn, and the Pelicans. And then I'll give you a 2-player props here. We're going to take Desmond Bane over his points, rebounds, and assists. And we'll take DeMar DeRozan, points, rebounds, and assists over as well.
From Chris on over to Sean.
All right. Like I said earlier in the show, I dropped them. Not yet. I wasn't here yesterday. It was a snow day here, so it was kind of like family time here. A little bit in the morning, making breakfast. But the day before, I went 0-3, so I gotta say it was a bad one. 21-11 in these. I don't tell you to parlay them. I say they just go straight across. All right. All sports covered here. Toronto over to 6. Charlotte in the NBA plus the 12. And this one, I was just digging as we were doing the show. Give me the Florida Gators in college hoops minus 11 over South Carolina. Carolina hasn't beaten anybody here in SEC play. Florida's rolling along. I'll lay it with the Gators here on the road here, laying the 11.
there from Sean. I'll tell you what I like here. I'm going to take a USC plus. Also take in this one Nevada plus the points. You can find 7s now in this game. I like the over the Celtics and Clippers. All right, we got you through the our parlay segment. Now it's time to see what the Cappers have for sale over at Tony's Picks. Into a big week of action of hoops football coming up on Sunday. So we got lots going on over at Tony's Picks. We'll see what Rod has for sale. Rod's putting up together a really, really good year. As we'll put up the numbers here at Tony'sPicks.com. Rod right now, 2,792 units of profit, all documented over at Tony's Picks. So if you click the link in the description, you go right to our page, you'll be able to see the numbers here from Rod here on the leaderboard. Click the link and you'll get even deeper into his page. And you go to his handicapper page. There you'll be able to see his numbers, the impressive numbers there. We track everything here. Well, I don't want to say everything. We track a lot here on Tony's Picks on our site. So check them out, Rod. What do you got for sale over at Tony's Picks?
And for me over at Tony's Picks today, I got a 5-pack in college basketball for you. Definitely scoop that up. Love the college basketball slate today. I've got one play in the NBA. My NBA drop a dime play crushed it in yesterday's matchup with the Raptors, getting a win there. So I'm looking to continue that success in the drop a dime play. Like I said, I dabble lightly in the NBA, so usually one play a day at best if I can find us a winner. I found us another one there, so scoop that up. And then my NHL sniper play, we went 0-2 in the NHL, so bounce back spot here today. Found us a nice winner there as well. So 7 plays in total for me over at Tony's Picks today. Definitely jump aboard there. Best way to go is, though, long term. Take advantage of that 2-for-1 capper promotion as well. As you see, I'm not the only high capper here at Tony's Picks. And you can start 2025 putting money in your pocket. Having 2 cappers put money in your pocket. Can't go wrong with that. Here at Tony's Picks, hit the link in the description. Gets you right on over to Tony's Picks. When you get there, use Tony T at checkout. Save 15% off. Have yourself a big day today. Let's get it.
There you guys, you can see, get on board with Rod over at Tony's Picks. You can see the Rod's handicapper page. You can check all the results here. Last 7 days have been hot. Last 30 days for the year, across the board, Rod's been on fire. So get on board with Rod over at Tony'sPicks.com. And as Rod mentioned, use that promo code Tony T at checkout. You'll save that 15% off. Link in the description. Get on over to Tony'sPicks.com. Get on board with Rod Zawacki, who's been on a tear right now over at the site. All right, let's take a look here and see what Sean has. We see what Chris has for sale over at Tony'sPicks.com. As Chris has put together as well an impressive year in 2025 over at Tony'sPicks.com. What do you got for sale, Chris?
I've got a 3-pack today, two bets in the NBA, one in college basketball. Wrapped them all up in a 3-pack for you guys. That seems to be working well for everybody. So you get those 3 plays for one price. Yeah, I'm just going to continue with the NBA. 21-7 for 2025, 8-1 on the last 7 days in the NBA. So we're just continuing to crush the NBA here. I love it. Got a lot of games this week. And then, yeah, of course, we got more NFL this weekend. So a lot of plays. Jump on something long term. Even if it's a 3-day pass, you're going to get all that late steam with injury reports and everything like that. The lines change. We'll be putting some of that stuff in there. Make sure that you hop on with the 2-for-1 capper. All of us are on the leaderboard. Everybody's doing great. And yeah, make sure you use that promo code Tony T at checkout to save you 15%. But yeah, you can check out all my stuff there and just hop on something with me and let's just continue to crush these books.
That's right. You can see Chris is ready to roll here, guys. Get on board with Chris over at Tony'sPicks.com. Great year for Chris. You can see he's ready to roll here with his multi-pack. He's got his best bet on the board. Each capper can designate one play from each sport as a best bet. So you can see Chris is locked and loaded with the best bet from college hoops, best bet here from the NBA, and a multi-pack up there. Or you may opt to get the long-term passes. Those are good values as well. But again, the one-day passes are profit guaranteed. They must turn a profit, or the amount you purchase is correct. Your capper side credits, that's profit guarantee. And don't forget using that promo code Tony T at checkout will knock off 15% off that page, off that price right now over at Tony'sPicks.com. That will save you 15% off with the promo code right here. We'll knock it 15% off. All plays are documents. So get on board with Chris over at Tony'sPicks.com. All right, let's see what Sean has for sale over at Tony'sPicks.com. Sean, unit leader for the year at Tony'sPicks.com. Over 2,800 units of profit, all documented over at Tony'sPicks.com. You get to the site, and what you do is you just click Sean's handicapper page, and you'll be able to verify all that information there on the site. Once you click the link to his site, boom, you get right on the site. Then you get right to his handicapper page, and you can verify all these numbers here. As you can see, we don't make any of this stuff up. You can see the units.
You're sure you're slighting me here at 28.27, bro. I'm up 31.90.
That's 31.90 now. Yeah, that's right. It says they got 24-hour update here. 31.90 now, over 3,000 units of profit. They're sliding them a little bit, but this is why we put this on the board. This is real time right here, guys. 31.90 for the year, all documented. We covered by sport. Hit the tab here. You can see how Sean is doing in all the sports. Green everywhere, pretty much green everywhere from Sean. There you can see the results from Sean's plays. Get on board with his long-term passes, premium plays up there for Sean. All right, Sean, what do you got for sale over at Tony's Picks?
Well, listen, the leaderboard's right there. You see, I'm heavy in college hoops. We're doing all right in college basketball. So if it ain't broke, we ain't gonna, what are we doing here? We're gonna roll with college basketball again today. Although you just heard me mention I might be adding a some hockey and NBA to the ticket today. So there's always that to do. And again, listen, the leaderboard is there. You see how everybody's doing. My thing is with Chris's, Rod's drop a dime play. Did you have to explain to everybody what the drop a dime means? These people don't even know what a payphone is. More or less a 10-cent phone call.
Right? Drop a dime play, right? Drop a dime play is it's one of those big plays. It's like a 10-star play for me. So drop a dime means you're dropping $1,000 on that play.
All right. See, drop a dime old school would be the telephone kind of stuff. There's actually a book to drop a dime, and it's about New Jersey gangsters. So there's that. There's that. Yeah, go find that.
I have to check that out.
Anyway, well, listen, I got some college hoops, most likely adding some NBA, and you're gonna get that for free here. So listen, you heard me say who I like. Chances are it might be on a premium thing. At least you could do is hit the like button for the channel here, and if you want to get a weekly pass to support, daily pass, whatever you got to do, I'm gonna have you covered here. The numbers are there. We're having a good run. That's that.
All right, guys, get on board with Sean over at Tony'sPicks.com. And use that promo code Tony to get checkout. Save that 15% off. Just click the link in the description. That'll take you right over to Tony'sPicks.com and go ahead and get signed up over with Sean at Tony'sPicks.com. All right. I have a best bet for you here on the board over at Tony'sPicks.com. Of course, remember to use that promo code Tony to checkout. You'll save 15% off. Or you can get my long-term pass. Remember that 7-day pass. You get all my premium plays for that 7-day period. And use that promo code Tony T at checkout. We'll knock out 15% off. We'll have the NFL for you here on Sunday. Having a great year in the NFL, but we also have a multi-capper proposal. You can match me up with any of your favorite cappers here at Tony'sPicks.com. So go ahead and get signed up. All right, we got you through that. Of course, we're with you here live every day, 9:30 a.m. Eastern time with the Tony Picks Morning Show. We also have a happy hour show hosted by Rod at 5 p.m. Eastern time. Get you a lot of that late information. Maybe add some more plays. Maybe change your mind on some picks now that we got more information, right? We could have these rosters just crumble with injuries. You just never know. So that's why we have that 5 p.m. show. So make sure you tune in then to the happy hour. Of course, we also have an on-demand chat on our YouTube channel with a lot of content. I have NBA college hoops up there on the channel on demand, going a little deeper in the games. And Rod, what do you got over on the on-demand channel at Tony's Picks in your plan for the week?
And over on the demand section, I got all 4 hockey covered for you there. So I'll continue having all the hockey covered for you in long format on Tony's Picks. And then be on the lookout. I'll throw in a college parlay here and there if I can find us a half decent one on the slate going forward. So definitely be on the lookout for that. And definitely tune in at 5 p.m. Eastern for the happy hour. We'll find some plays there as well. So, yeah, sometimes, as Tony says, we do pivot. You get that late information. You think a goalie's in, and then all of a sudden, they switch it up on you. The Tampa Bay did that to me the other day. I thought Vasilevsky was going to start, and all of a sudden it was, we're going to hold Vasilevsky to face Montreal, and they put in Johansson. And it was one of those late info plays we were able to crush on that. So it's one of those spots that you do. I think we're like 2-0 on those crazy late info plays on the happy hour. So definitely tune into that.
That's right, guys. So get on board here and like and subscribe to notifications and get there on the happy hour show so you get notified when we go live with that. Chris, what do you have over on the Tony's on demand channel? Your plans here for the week?
I've got 2 today. Like I said, I got the Atlanta, Detroit a little bit more in depth into why I took that one. And then I've got a video for the Kings, Golden State. So, yeah, I've got those. And I'm just going to continue as long as I can find good ones to do in the NBA for videos to give you guys some free picks on that and some deep dives. And we're going to continue that for the rest of the week. And I might be on the happy hour if I'm in between appointments. I'll jump in there and give you guys some live injury updates. I know we're watching a couple today. So we could be on that later tonight.
Very good. So check out, of course, Sean, one of your cappers, top performer here for the units. And, of course, he pops in here for us here on the morning show.
You got it. I love coming in the morning show. I thought, you know what? I like how you put the leaderboard up because I was, again, we all do videos, but you throw me up there by myself. I was like, you know what? Let me bring a little Luke Skywalker OG out from 77 with me to keep me company. I was like, see if I just see how bad my broken nose looks. I should have fixed it 30 years ago. Terrible in high def.
There you go.
I didn't think about it. I'm like, all right, I'm on myself. But then you put me up there, I feel like I'm on I'm totally out on an island here, Tone. I'm like, oh my goodness.
That's right, Sean. For a long time, he added this a long time. Sean, since the '90s.
Yeah. Well, I mean, being a degenerate in '90s, you gotta kind of get out of that mindset, move into like you want to make money. So.
Absolutely, no doubt. All right, there for Sean. That's gonna do it for this edition of the Tony Morning Show. Back again tomorrow live at 9:30 a.m. Eastern time, and of course, you can always watch our show on archive. If you ever happen to miss the show, go to our live YouTube channel. Hit the live tab and watch the replay. Or if you need help with the later games, just replay it and forward to the late games. You make the choice there. Here, that's gonna do it for the show, guys. Gonna wake up, bye, guys. You guys make it a winning Wednesday. We're back tomorrow here on the Tony Six Morning Show.
Good luck, everybody.
What?